Three hot, three not. This is a series in which I look at the three hottest wrestlers coming off the last PLE or special event, Saturday night main event, and the three not hottest wrestlers, cold if you will, also from said Saturday night main event. We're going to start with hot. Who's hot? It's going to be the new world champion, CM Punk. And if you want to be hot and also be a world champion, all you got to do is comment below. At 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away this belt for real. We'll get into three hot, three not in a second. I want to tell about the contest. How do you win? All you got to do is comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, ding, 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 notification, and you can win this belt right here. It's not a toy. It's a replica. All right, and if you wouldn't mind, give a thumbs up, please. Hi, everybody. I'm back. I'm back, baby. Yeah, apparently I had some anger issues, but I promise to be on my best behavior from now on. So give a thumbs up or I'll hurt every one of your loved ones. All right, so CM Punk, he's on the hot list. I know there's a lot of people, not myself included, I actually still do like CM Punk, but there's a lot of people on the channel who don't like CM Punk. But that aside, you got to put your feelings aside for three hot, three not. We just look at the landscape of WWE and we're like, this guy, he's cold even if we love him, and this guy's, he's hot even if we hate him. I do still like CM Punk though, but like regardless of my feelings, I just look at the situation. Here's a guy who returned in 2023 and has been clawing his way to the World Heavyweight Championship ever since, and well, he made it. He is now champion after Seth freaking Rollins had to relinquish the title, and I just gotta do it. Gotta put him on the hot list. Plus bonus points for him saying that, for not showing any respect to his adversaries. I don't want him to show respect to his adversaries. I'm so glad when Logan Paul came out, he was like, oh God, not you. I'm so happy that he didn't say, Logan Paul, I know you're athletic and I'm not going to look past you. Nope. I'm very happy that CM Punk was trying to look past Logan Paul, because I love a feud that actually has hatred. I don't want to see any respect in my feuds. I just want two guys to hate each other and try to murder each other within the confines of the squared circle. So CM Punk as, he won the championship, and he's got plenty of feuds surrounding him. I wouldn't say that he is like super hot, because it was kind of like the obvious play. I think they should have went with Bron Breakker, to tell you the truth. But I will say, I will put him in the, I will put him as like a cup of coffee, like a really hot cup of coffee where you have to blow on it. It's just like, it literally just got done. It's too hot to drink, but if you just blow on it, wait 2 or 3 minutes, maybe one ice cube, and you can drink it easy. Because yeah, kind of too predictable that he was the guy that they were going to go with. But sometimes the most predictable choice is the right choice. And here we are. CM Punk, he's hot. Now we go to not, and let's do, this one hurts. This one hurts my heart. I don't want to put them on this, but I'm putting the Brons on here, and it sucks because I love these two, Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed. As I said, we got to put away our emotions. Whether you like them or you don't, you look at the landscape, and I got to put them on here. One, Bronson Reed beats Roman freaking Reigns, and there's no follow-up whatsoever. At this point, I'm like, well, Roman should have just won. We could have at least protected Roman's record, and I was glad when Bronson Reed got the victory, but the fact is, he's done nothing with it since. It was a waste. If you're not going to capitalize on having the win, then it's a waste. Momentum is a thing. Momentum does exist, and I don't even know. Like, you understand me? Like, it was good for him to win, but it's horrible that they've done nothing with it. You know, a random comment here and there from Paul Heyman saying, well, this guy beat Roman, that's not enough. That's just straight up not enough. And then what about Bron Breakker? Bron Breakker was like supernova hot on the last three hot, three not, after the Raw and after, what was it? It wasn't WrestlePalooza. It was whatever the heck the last PLE was. I don't even know at this point. There's so many PLEs going on. Whatever the last one was, he was red hot after that. And it's like, what did he do? what did he do after that? He spears the Vision, right? Seth Rollins. He spears him. He takes over. He takes the belt, and then he just hands it over to Adam Pearce. Yeah, he's a little rude while he does it, but he just gives it to him. He literally says, "I've got a lot to learn" to Paul Heyman, and then he just doesn't do nothing. And then it's like the next opportunity, CM Punk, he wins the World Championship. Yeah, he does kind of come out there and challenge Punk, but by the end of Raw, we're not talking about Bron Breakker going for that World Championship. We're talking about Logan Paul and whether he's going to join or not. And that's not no shade on Logan Paul right now. We're going to talk Logan Paul in a little bit, but we're talking Bron Breakker. Yeah, it makes Logan Paul hot, but it makes Bron Breakker cold because, like, he should have been in the conversation for a world champion, but no, he's just instantly taken out. Like, he was so freaking hot. It's like, oh my gosh, like, why? What? Do you have to be 40 plus to become champion? Do you have to be on the main roster for 10 to 15 years to become champion? I don't get it. Strap the rocket ship on him, like the rocket pack. I get it. He'll be okay in the future. I don't care if he's a WrestleMania 48 main eventer. He could be a WrestleMania 42 main eventer if we just let the guy continue on. It's like right now is when he should be being pushed to the moon. They had just a golden opportunity. Yeah, it arose from an unfortunate situation. Seth Rollins getting injured. I would never wish injury on somebody. But that said, Bron Breakker, he should be the talk of the Vision, not Logan Paul right now. It should be all about Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, honestly. So, what are they though? What kind of cold are they? They're like meat you took out to thaw, you left on the table for a couple hours, and then you're like, yeah, you know what? I don't feel like cooking. I'm just gonna order a pizza, and then you put the meat back in the freezer. That's what they are, because yeah. That's who they are. So now let's go hot. Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill is hot. She's like, so like you're grilling, you're in the backyard, you're grilling something, someone comes by and they grab something off the grill. It's too hot in their hand, so they throw it in their mouth. Like, why do we do that? If it's too hot for your hand, why do we instantly just put it in our mouth? And now you're doing that thing where you're like, you're trying to chew it and blow the heat out at the same time. Hey, this is good. That's how hot she is right now. She is hot. Finally, they pulled the trigger on Jade Cargill. She turned heel because of that, she was thrown into the stairs. Now, here's an instance where they didn't capitalize on momentum. Like, they should have instantly capitalized on her bleeding and looking into the camera and saying, I forget what she said, but it was a really cool moment. And then they took her off TV for 2 or 3 weeks. Thankfully, they were able to get things going again. And so now she turns up to Saturday Main Event, wins the World Championship title from Tiffany, who is a very strong champion, only lost one time in 2025. Correction, 2 times now, because Jade came and Jade squashed her. Now, it wasn't a full squash. It was probably like 85% squash, but it was a very dominating showcase of Jade, and I really think she needed it. Now, they did protect Tiffany with she had a knee injury or something, but regardless, it was just really good that they, just Jade showed up, Jade showed out, and she won the championship. Finally, fulfilling the prophecy. So, she's on the hot list. Jade Cargill, red hot. Now let's do cold. Drew McIntyre. Oh, Drew McIntyre, he's cold. Oh, Drew McIntyre, I don't want to put him on this list, but once again, I think he was on the last cold list. Once again, he gets screwed. He should have won the title. There should have been a disqualification. He just can't win. He is, I think someone in the chat called him Dolph McIntyre. Yeah, he's pretty much been Dolph Ziggler, just going to get jobbed out. He's a main event jobber, and that sucks. This dude has everything that is needed to be a top, credible champion, except for the championship. That's the one thing he's lacking. I hate what they've done to Drew McIntyre. He's such a good utility player that can fit into anywhere, put anybody over, can almost instantly be reheated from dead cold to red hot, that they just always keep him in this, like, as cold. They just always keep him cold because they know they can just heat him up at any moment. The problem is they never truly heat him up. So it's like, if only they would have made him champion. I would say Drew McIntyre is like, it's winter, right? December, January, it's January, right? And you're like in the middle of winter and you have to go out to your car and start it to warm it up. That's how cold he is. He is your car as you start it up. That's how cold Drew McIntyre is. All right, so now with 3 Hot 3 Not, if you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're not new to the channel, welcome. We also do at this point part-timers. I usually don't put part-timers eligible for the numbers, the number 3 hot or the number 3 not, because usually when they show up, they're just hot. Like John Cena. Here's a guy who didn't show up, but he's red freaking hot because he, at Saturday's main event, just announced that he's going to have a tournament to see who he's last facing. And John Cena is such a big deal. Nobody thought that was like, oh, that's kind of egotistical. Nope. We're all like, that's a great idea. And it is a great idea, and I love it. And John Cena does deserve it. If there is any ego involved, well, so he deserves to have a little bit of ego because the dude is a legend. And, and a cool thing also, CM Punk actually said, hey, do you want to go for do you want to be number 18? I would love if John Cena and CM Punk threw down one more time, and they did give him an 18th title win. And then we never have to think about WrestleMania 41 ever again. But that said, he says we're going to have a 16-man tournament to see who his last opponent is, and that means he's red hot because he doesn't even have to show up, and these shows are going to be centered around him. Just the idea of John. So, yes, and next week, he's on Raw in Boston. John Cena, red hot. Next up, let's do Brock Lesnar. I would say Brock is cold, but he just hasn't showed up. So, like, once he shows up, he'll be hot again. And same with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns might be a little less cold because he actually said, I'm not showing up again until Christmas. And they do still kind of mention his name. CM Punk did say to Jey Uso, hey, who am I talking to? Am I talking to Jey Uso or am I talking to little Roman? So Roman's name is still kind of floating out there. And both Brock and Roman showed up for a commercial, and they kind of tried to hype that commercial up, but I think it backfired. And it's like, why are we like showing these shoes and doing this mysterious commercial for WrestleMania 42 when you already announced it? So that was kind of weird. So I'm just gonna say Roman's cold. Little warmer than Brock, but both are just kind of cold. But once both of them just show up, instant heat. So, like, don't be offended that they're on the cold list. They're doing fine. Don't worry. Logan Paul, we'll get Logan Paul. I would say he's actually red hot. He's red hot. He was not on the Saturday Night Main Event, but he shows up with CM Punk. CM Punk saying, "I want a challenger," and then Logan Paul shows up. He shows up and he's getting the boos, but he's a heel. He's actually getting heat. Surprise, surprise. People want to see him get beat up because he's actually playing the part of a slime ball. He's not trying to be a cool heel. So then throughout the night of Raw, it's kind of like, we think he's going to join CM Punk and become a face. And God, I'm glad he didn't. And it's a swerve. He actually turns on Punk, gives his brass knucks to Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman laughs. Now, I'm okay with him joining the Vision as long as he doesn't become its leader or its figurehead. I think Bron Breakker needs to be that. But I gotta say, he's hot because of this. Now Bron Breakker is cold because of this, because the main talking point was Logan Paul, but being that Logan Paul is Logan Paul, that means it's hot for him. It makes Braun cold, but it makes Logan Paul hot. And then I think that's the only part-timer right now. AJ Lee, I guess, is a part-timer, but like she gets mentioned every once in a while when CM Punk wants to talk about his wife. So I guess she's cold because she's a part-timer and she doesn't show up. I think she's coming back on the 17th though. So now let's do one more cold person. Let's do our next cold will be LA Knight. Yeah. LA Knight, yeah. Oh, this one sucks again. All the cold people I don't want to put on this list, but gotta. LA Knight. Here's a dude who is over with the crowd for like 3 years. They don't even give the guy really good storylines, and he's still continuously over. The fans love him. Love him, love him, love him. Triple H, not so much. Here we go. He just loses. He just loses a random match to Bron Breakker right before Saturday Night's Main Event. He has nothing to do with Saturday Night's Main Event. Then CM Punk is mentioning a bunch of people, right? He's saying, I want to fight this guy. I respect this guy. I don't respect that guy. I'm going to be a fighting challenger. He mentions JD McDonough. No shade to JD, but he mentions JD. But he doesn't mention, CM Punk doesn't mention LA Knight, who he's kind of just had a program with for the last couple months. Literally, LA Knight, CM Punk, and Jey Uso have been kind of hovering in that main event scene, and CM Punk fails to mention him. That's a direct shot. I want to read this. This is from a subscriber. He said this, and I was just like, whoa, that makes a lot of sense. Mick70A, LA Knight was punished by not being mentioned for blatantly supporting the fan sign that chose him over Jay last week. And I was just like, whoa, you might be right. LA Knight came out, grabbed a fan sign that said, we want LA Knight, not Jey Uso, something like that. And so then 1 week later, CM Punk doesn't even acknowledge him as a worthy competitor for the World Championship. I don't know. Maybe me and Mick are reading a little too into it and just putting our conspiracy theories hats on, but I don't know. That seems legit. That seems legit to me, and I hate it. But you know what? That said, I gotta put LA Knight on the cold list. I gotta put him on the cold list. He finally gets to the main event scene, and it seems like he's just forgotten. That sucks. He is the blizzard that Drew McIntyre car. You remember how I said Drew McIntyre was the cold car that you got to heat up? Well, the blizzard or the cold winter day that car is in, that's LA Knight. LA Knight is that cold that he's completely a day in January, minus 10 degrees, minus 30 with the windshield factor. Oh man, that sucks. I feel bad for LA Knight. I really do. Just totally forgotten. Let's do our final hot, and that's going to be Dirty Dominik Mysterio. The guy is really coming into his own. They are starting to announce and say on commentary, this dude has fought and defended his belt more than any champion currently, and he's the only champion who's still holding on since WrestleMania. He is showing up on all fronts, and the fans are loving him. Plus, he wins at Saturday's Main Event against Rusev and Penta. Penta, a dude who can literally beat 3 people at the same time, New Day and the Grande Americanos, which I absolutely hate. But that said, Dominik can beat Penta. He can beat Rusev. 2 guys. Yeah, he has to outsmart him, but that kind of adds to his charm. He's a very unique character in the WWE universe right now, and the fans are loving him, and that is evident when on the next Monday Night Raw, he goes face-to-face with his deadbeat so-called dad, Rey Mysterio, who is a beloved babyface over the last 30 years, and the crowd is split. the crowd is split. Dirty Dom hasn't changed. He's a heel. He says he's the best luchador. He cheats, he lies, he does everything. He hasn't changed anything. And yet the fans are appreciating him. They're letting him speak. He tried to cut a promo, I think, like last couple weeks ago, and he could. And he was like, I'm not used to actually being able to speak. Like, he's telling Rey Mysterio how horrible he is and how he's stealing his mustache, how he's not his dad, how Eddie Guerrero's actually his dad, and the fans are just loving it. They're just loving it. Dominic Mysterio might not be the traditional strong champion, but he is a strong champion nonetheless. I am putting Dirty Dom on the red hot list. I would say Dom is like, he's like a plate in the microwave. You know how, like, you put a plate in your food on the microwave and stuff, and you grab the plate out, and that plate is just like, you're like, ow, you drop it? That's Dirty Dom. Surprisingly hot. Surprisingly red hot right now, because he can do no wrong. He's winning his matches. He's winning against people who are tough. He's outsmarting them, and then when he goes up against classic babyfaces like Rey, the fans don't care. Dominik Mysterio in this situation is in the wrong. Don't forget, Dominik is the one who invaded Rey's home during Thanksgiving and Christmas, and yet the fans are like, yeah, we don't care, Dom, we love you, Dom, and so like Dirty Dom, he's hot, red hot right now, and that's it, boys, girls, you're hot. For real, you are hot, you're smoking hot, and I appreciate every single one of you. Have a great day.